Hi everyone, my name is Gaby and welcome to Total Body 45. For today's workout, all we're going to need is some dumbbells or any sort of extra weight we can add onto ourselves, a mat, and a water bottle, plus a great attitude. So let's get started. We're going to get started right into our warm-up, simply with just some jumping jacks in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Jumping it out, getting that heart rate up, starting to move our upper body, our lower body, getting our heart rate up with the jumping. Of course, if this is uncomfortable for your knees or your ankles or whatever it may be uncomfortable for, we can always just step it out this entire time. Making sure we're keeping it low impact if you want, or you can bring it higher impact and even raise the speed if you want. Make that heart rate even go higher. Getting movement in those shoulders, in those legs. Wait for 10 more seconds. Keep at it here. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shaking it out now, and we're going into a squat jump. Simply going into a squat and jumping up. Getting our legs into the mix now. Showing you from the side here. Finding that chair behind us and keeping our chest nice and raised here. If the jumping again is too much, we can always just stay still in the squat here. Making sure we're still activating our glutes, activating our quads as we squat up and down. If you want something in the middle, you can get up onto your toes, going into a calf raise here. We got a few more in 3, 2, and 1. Shake out those legs. And now we're gonna go into a reverse lunge with a twist. Stepping it back, lunging it down, twisting to the side, engaging our core each time. Alternating legs, alternating twist rotations. Staying with this pattern, really starting to engage the core here as we twist to either side. We got 20 more seconds, keep at it. Waking up our midsection here, waking up the core for our upcoming workout. Really getting the legs still warmed up, feeling the heat in our legs as we continue. In 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Come with me to the end of your mat or whatever soft area you have around. We're gonna hinge at our hips and we're gonna walk it out into a plank. This is what I like to call an inchworm. And then walking it straight back up. Just like this, staying at this pattern, making sure we're having good plank form as we go down into that plank. We want to make sure as we walk out and we get into our plank, we're dropping that glute just a little and making sure everything is nice and straight. And then we come right back up. We got 10 more seconds in, so get your last few reps in. And then we're going to go into the stretching portion of our warm-up. And relax. Now, coming here, we want to just bring our knee up into our chest and really squeeze it here. I like to call these knee huggers. We're bringing our knee up in and we're giving them a big tight hug as we stretch out that hip flexor. Really stretching out that hip here. If you want to add a little bit extra, you can move it to the side and continue that stretch. Making sure we're alternating sides every 2 to 5 seconds here. If you lose your balance at any time, that's totally fine, like that. You just try to engage your core and focus on a spot on the ground. Once you do that, your balance will improve and we can work towards keeping that leg up higher for longer. And in 3, 2, and 1, dropping it down, stretching it out, switching it to a quad stretch, kicking it back, and having that leg right along with that other knee, making sure everything is nice and stable. Really engaging that core to have your balance. But if it's a little difficult, grab something next to you. Make sure you're having that balance so you feel that stretch going right through your leg. Again, switching sides every 2 to 5 seconds here, really getting a nice stretch on the one leg and then switching it over. We have about 5 more seconds here, so keep at it. And in 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Next, going into an upper body stretch. Crossing the arms over your chest and pulling it in. making sure this arm that's pulling it in is either in front or behind the elbow, never on top of the joint, so that we're not having any extra strain on that elbow joint. And switching sides, doing the same thing. Hand that's pulling it in front or behind. It's up to you, but just not on that joint. And in 3, 2, 1. Now going into a tricep stretch, reaching your hand all the way back on your, reaching as far back as you can, really using the other arm as an accessory to get a deeper stretch. Making sure we're breathing throughout this entire workout, never holding our breaths, making sure we're getting the appropriate oxygen to all of our muscles. And switching sides. This is the last stretch here before we start getting into the body of our workout. So really give a nice stretch here. Breathing it in and out. One more time, breathing it in and out, stretching it out. Go grab a drink of water, and I'm gonna explain our very first set to us. So our first set is gonna be a leg burner. We're really gonna wake up the legs here right in the beginning, and it's gonna be a really simple set. So grab any weight you may have. If you don't have them, that's totally fine. We don't need them. There's just to add a little bit extra intensity in our workout. So our first exercise is just gonna be a squat pulse. So we're gonna be in our squat position, feet about shoulder distance apart, squatting down and just pulsing it up and down, staying here. And then we're just gonna transition it into a lunge. I'm showing you from the side here. Lunging it, same thing, pulsing it here. And then we're gonna switch sides, pulsing the other side. Those are our 3 exercises. It's that simple. We're gonna be doing them 30 seconds, but we're gonna do them continuously. So 30-second squat, 30-second lunge, 30-second other side lunge, and then we get a 30-second rest in between. We're doing that 3 times. It's gonna burn out our legs. We're gonna feel it, but we're gonna do this together. So let's get started. Just starting our timer, and we're getting started in about 10 seconds. Get ready with that extra weight or added resistance we can find at home. And let's go in 3, 2, 1. I'm gonna show you from the side our squat pulse, making sure all the weight is in our heels. We're finding that chair behind us, but keeping our chest nice and raised here. Having the weight down here on our sides, up on our shoulders, or even right here along our legs. It's up to you where you want it, but keep pushing. We got 10 more seconds here. My glutes are screaming at me, but we're gonna keep pushing through. In 3, 2, and 1. Shaking out real quick and going into our lunges, bringing that foot forward and bringing it down into our lunge. Still making sure our knees are never passing our toes, and we're just pulsing it up and down. If you're dying and you need a rest, stand it up, shake it out for just a second, and get back into it. We got 10 more seconds. Keep going. Feeling it in that glute, in those quads. And in 3, 2, and 1. Shaking it out for just a second. Switching sides. It's the last 30 seconds. Then we get a long rest. So let's go. Keep pushing. We're almost done. It's our first round. Our legs are burning. I told you this was going to be a leg burner, but we can do it. 10 more seconds. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand up, shake it out, drop those weights. We got 30 seconds of rest here. Grab some water if you need it. Massage those legs, because we're getting ready for a round 2 of this leg burnout round. I promise after this round, we're still gonna be doing legs, but it's gonna be total body all together. This is just a nice way to wake up our lower body and get ready for it. We have 5 seconds till we start again, so let's get ready. And in 3, 2, 1, our squats. Let's go, squatting it down. Keeping our chest nice and raised the entire time. Feeling it in my glutes, in my quads, in my hamstrings, all the weight in the heels. I can lift my toes up and wiggle them if I need to. But we'll keep going. We got about 10 more seconds here. Shoulders are nice and down, away from our ears, while our chest is raised. I'm not bowing down here. Everything's nice and raised. And in 3, 2, 1. Switching it into our lunge real fast. These sets should be right after one another, really burning out those legs. Keep going. I know it's tough, but we're doing this together. Let's go. Making sure we're breathing in and out. 10 more seconds. Keep pushing. We're almost done. Pulsing it up and down. And in 3, 2, 1. Standing it up. Woo. Shaking out for just a second. Switching sides. We got 30 more seconds. It's the last 30 seconds. Then we get that 30-second rest, so keep pushing it. We can do it. Stand it up for just a second if you need that little stretch. And go back into it. We're 15 seconds. That means we're halfway. Keep at it. Keep pushing. My legs are screaming at me, but I'm gonna keep going. And in 3, 2, 1. Stand it up. Shake it out. Drop those weights. Shake out your legs. Really massage them out for just a second. Grab some water if you need it. We got about 20 more seconds of this rest. And we got the final round of the leg burner. You can do it. I can do it. We're gonna do this together. We got 10 seconds. Mentally prepare, because we're gonna do this. And in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Squatting it down. Finding that good tempo of pulsing it up and down. Keeping our chest as raised as possible and our shoulders down away from our ears. We got about 15 more seconds in this squat. It's the last time we're doing the squat pulse. Keep at it. 10 seconds. Keep going. Let's go. Let's do this together. We can do it for 5 more seconds. And in 3, 2, and 1. Transitioning into our lunge. Let's go. Let's drop it down and pulse it out, making sure our feet are nice and aligned. Not aligned, but in good positioning. We're having our knee never passing our toe, and we're doing this together. We got a little bit more than 10 seconds left. Let's go. Legs screaming at me. We're gonna scream back. And in 3, 2, and 1. Turn it over, going to the last side, last 30 seconds. Let's go. Bringing it down and pulsing it out right here. We can do this. Keep going. Feeling it in that quad. But we're gonna push through. We're gonna give just the same amount of effort we did on that first round, then this last round. 10 more seconds. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stand it up, shake it out. Congrats, we're done with that leg burner. Let's go get a quick drink of water, and then we can go back and get ready for our second set. Okay, everyone, we're gonna get ready for that second set. I hope your legs are as feeling as wobbly as mine, but we gotta keep pushing through. So our first exercise, we're gonna be using our weights again, and we're gonna go into a reverse lunge with a shoulder press. So bringing those weights all up into our shoulders, stepping a large step back, bending it down as we lift up, back up, switching sides, and still pushing it up, just like that. Then we're gonna go into a bicep curl into a side lunge. So we're gonna bicep curl it up, bring it back down just as nice and controlled. Then we're gonna do a large step to the side and side lunge. Repeating it on the other side, making sure we're still finding that chair behind us in the side lunge. Afterwards, we're gonna take it to the mat. Gonna do some upper body here, strictly upper body. Put our weights down. If you have some uncomfortableness in your wrist, you can do it without the weights in a regular push-up position, because we're gonna be doing push-ups. Either on your toes or on your knees, it's up to you. but we're gonna be in our plank position and we're gonna push it down and then back up. Just a normal push-up. You can either have the grip outward or inward. It's up to you, whatever you feel most comfortable with. But that's it. That's our 3 moves for this set. We're gonna be doing it for 45 seconds on with a 15-second rest in between each exercise. Still repeating it 3 times. So let me start our timer and we can get straight into it. We're starting in about 10 seconds, so let's get ready with our reverse lunge and shoulder press in 3, 2, 1. Taking a large step backwards, bending it down, shoulder pressing it up, then switching sides. Staying with this pattern, making sure that we are still having good lunging form, not letting that knee pass that toe, that on that front leg, and we're still pushing it up. Breathing in and then out as you push up. Out as you push up. Staying with that breathing pattern will help you. It will give you more strength, I promise, and keep you pushing forward. We got about 10 more seconds here. Keep at it with those lunges, with those presses. And in 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down for just a second. We have our 15-second rest. Then we're going into our bicep curl. Making sure we're keeping breathing in and out. We're starting in 3, 2, 1. Bicep curling it up, curling it down, and going into a big step to the side into our side lunge. Up, down, into our side lunge. Making sure we're finding that chair behind us, keeping our chest as raised as possible and our shoulders out of our ears. In terms of the bicep curl, I want you to make sure that your elbows are right at your side and they're not moving. They're not back here, they're not up here, right here on your side as you curl it up. We got 10 seconds left, so keep at it, keep pulling and lunging. And in 3, 2, and 1. Relax, shake it out, head to the mat as we rest, because we're getting ready for those push-ups, either on our toes or on our knees, but we're getting started in 3, 2, 1, let's go. I'm gonna do it on my knees with an inward grip, really trying to target that chest and those triceps, the back of the arm, as I do my push-up. Pushing my chest as low into the floor as I can and pushing the ground away from me each time. Making sure my core is always engaged and we're keeping a nice strong core and lower back here. We got about 15 more seconds here. If you need a rest, go into child's pose nice and quick and then go right back into it. And we got 5 more seconds. And in 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Push it up if you were in the middle of a set. And let's stand it up, getting ready for those lunges. We're starting our second round. Grabbing water if you need it, but we're getting started in 3, 2, 1. Lunging it back as we push it forward. Really focusing on our shoulders, making sure our elbows are staying in a straight path up and following it down. Making sure the weights are nice and controlled as they're above our head and as they come right back down. We got about 25 more seconds here. We're halfway done with this round. Keep at it, keep pushing it forward. We're doing this together, let's go. 10 more seconds, keep at it, keep pushing it up as we lunge it out. And in 3, 2, and 1, dropping it down. Relaxing. Catching your breath, grabbing some water. We're getting ready for our bicep curls. In 3, 2, and 1. Bicep curling it up, controlling it down, and going into that side lunge. Repeating it on the other side. Making sure we're breathing, trying to keep in track of our breathing pattern. It keeps us on a good pace making sure our muscles are getting the appropriate oxygen here as we curl it up and as we lunge it out. We got 20 more seconds. Keep pushing, keep going. We got this. This is our hardest set of the exercise, the whole exercise in my opinion, this set. So let's keep pushing it forward. And in 3, 2, and 1, relax. We're halfway done with the whole set. Congrats. But now it's time to let's go to our push-ups. On our knees or on our toes. Let's get ready in 3, 2, 1. Let's go on our knees or toes. We're going into our push-ups. Pushing it down as far as we can and pushing it right back up. Staying with this pattern. Trying to think about it as we're pushing the ground away from us instead of pushing us off the ground. That's how I like to do it anyways. I think it helps me. So maybe it'll help you, but it's totally up to you. We got 20 more seconds left. Keep going. Keep pushing. We can do this. Our chest is hurting, but we're gonna keep pushing through. We got less than 10 seconds to go. Let's go. And in 3, 2, and 1. Relax. That's the end of our round 2. We got one more round to go. Catch your breath. We're getting ready for those lunges. In 3, 2, and 1. Let's go. Having our weights up, pushing them up as we lunge each time here. Making sure that our shoulders and our elbows are following a similar trajectory each time. Really pushing it up and down. Making sure we're breathing in and out as we push up. We got about 20 more seconds here. Keep pushing. I know your shoulders are screaming at you. They're screaming at me, but we can do this. Keep going. 10 more seconds. We can do it for 10 more seconds. It's the last time. We're not doing these again afterwards. And in 3, 2, 1. Relax. My shoulders are screaming, but we're gonna ignore it for now because we're gonna go into our bicep curls. In 3, 2, 1. Bicep curling it up, down, lunging it to the side. Repeating the pattern. Working the total body here, making sure our core is engaged. Our legs have a nice pump, as well as our biceps. Keep pushing it through. We're more than halfway there. It's the last time we're doing this. Really contract those biceps as we're lunging it out. We got 15 more seconds. Keep at it. Keep going. And 10 more seconds. Let's go. We can do it for 10 more seconds. And in 3, 2, and 1. Dropping it down. Relaxing. Heading it over to the mat for our very last round of push-ups. Catching our breath, stretching it out if we need to, but we're getting started in 3, 2, and 1. Let's go into our push-up. Bringing it down, pushing it up, making sure our core is nice and engaged. Our back is straight the entire time, making sure our glutes aren't up in the air. They're nice and aligned. We got about 25 more seconds here. Keep going. Pushing that ground away from us as we bring ourselves up. 10 more seconds. Keep at it. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Relax. Congrats everyone, that's our second set done with. Putting our weights to the side for this next round. Go ahead, grab some drinks of water. I'm gonna grab mine, and then we can go into our third set. Okay, everyone, our next set is a cardio set, so we can put the weights to a side. So this set's gonna be similar to our leg burnout round. We're gonna be doing it for 30 seconds each time, continuously, then a 30-second rest. So let me explain our moves and we can get started with it. Our first move is just gonna be a high knees with a hold. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. 1, 2, 3, hold. Just like this, holding it on each side, really contracting the core as we do so. After that, we're gonna go into some skater lunges or curtsy lunges. I've heard both terms. It's up to you what you call it. We're gonna go into a curtsy position, lunge it down, and then jumping in between here, just like this. Getting that heart rate up while still pumping in the legs. Then lastly, we're gonna walk it over to our mats, and we're gonna do a good old-fashioned burpee, bringing it down, and then bringing it back up, adding the jump if you're feeling up to it, if they're good for your knees. That's it. We're gonna be doing it 30 seconds continuous with that 30-second break in between. So let's start our timer and we can get started. We got 10 seconds until our high knee holds, pretending like there's little hurdles in between us. We gotta get those legs nice and high, contracting our core to get in between them. And in 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 2, 3, hold. 1, 2, 3, hold. Just like this, pretending like there's little hurdles in between us as we're high kneeing in between here. Getting that heart rate up, getting that core contracted, engaged the entire time as we lift those legs up. We got about 7 more seconds. Keep at it. And in 3, 2, 1, relax for a second, going into those skater lunges. So leaping in between as we lunge from side to side. Touching the floor here or touching the calf from either side. It's up to you. We got 15 more seconds here. Feeling it on the outer glute here. 10 more, let's go. Keep pushing, getting that heart rate nice and raised, making sure we're breathing. And in 3, 2, 1, running it over to our mat and getting right into our burpees. Jumping it up in between if you'd like, or stepping it out and just standing it up. We got 15 more seconds. Whatever method you're doing, it's up to you, but giving it your all the entire time. And in 3, 2, and 1, our 30-second rest. Catch your breath, grab some water, and relax for these 30 seconds. My heart is racing. I hope yours is too. Trying to lower it just a little bit before we get into that second round. We're starting in about 10 more seconds. And in 3, 2, 1, high knee hold, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, hold, 1, 3. Making sure we're getting those knees as high as we can each time as we're contracting our core, as we're holding it here for just a second. We got less than halfway left, about 10 more seconds. Keep at it, keep pushing. And in 3, 2, and 1, dropping it down. Getting ready for our skaters, let's go. Here, leaping it in the middle or stepping it, it's up to you, but still doing that curtsy lunge or that skater lunge. Feeling it in that outer glute as we're doing it, getting our heart rate nice and high here. We got 10 more seconds. Keep at it, keep going. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Standing it up, running it over to our mats, and getting ready for our burpees. Out and up. Trying to get as many reps in as you can here. Pushing yourself. If you got about 10 reps in last time, go for 12 this time. Setting your goals and exceeding them. Keep going. We got 5 more seconds. Get those last few reps in. and relax. Catch your breath. Second round done. It's over. We got one more time to go, and then we're done. So really catch your breath, grab some water, relax, get that heart rate down, because it's gonna go back up in this last round. We got about 10 more seconds. Make sure you keep moving here. Keeping the muscles warm in this long rest. But getting started again in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. High knees and hold. Just like this. Pretending like there's those little hurdles in between each step that we have to jump over to cross. We got less than 15 seconds left. Keep going, keep pushing. It's the last time we're doing these. It's the last time we're doing cardio. So keep going. And in 3, 2, 1. Congrats. Let's go to our skaters. Leaping it in between here and going from either side. Going all the way to our calves or all the way to the floor. Making sure we're feeling it in that outer glute here as we're lunging it from side to side. We got about 7 more seconds. Keep pushing it. And in 3, 2, and 1. Walking it over to our burpees. Getting the amount of reps that we did last time. Hopefully adding 1 or 2 more this round. It's the last round. We're giving it all we have here. We got 15 more seconds. Keep going. Making sure we getting that heart rate up. We're breathing. We got 5 more seconds. Keep pushing. And in 3, 2, 1. Relax. That was our cardio round. Go grab a drink of water. We have 1 more round to go, and then we're done. So let's go grab that water and we can get that started. Okay, everyone, for our last round, we're doing a core round. We're gonna be down on the mat for the whole time. So let me explain our first exercise in this set. We're gonna be down in our plank position here. Everything nice and stable, nice and straight. And we're gonna lift the hand up and touch the opposite shoulder. Then go to the other side and do the same thing. Trying to keep everything as stable as possible here. Really engaging the core the entire time. Afterwards, we're gonna turn it around, lay on our mats here, and we're gonna do some penguin touches. So it's right here, nice and relaxed on our mat. We're gonna lift our head and our shoulders as far up off the ground as we can, and we're gonna go from side to side here, trying to touch our feet here, like we're waddling like penguins here. Afterwards, we're gonna drop the feet down, nice and relaxed, and we're gonna lift our hands up to the sky and lift up as slowly as we possibly can and touch a foot. Then we're gonna bring it as slowly as we can, doing the same thing, touching the opposite foot. It's that simple. Planks, then penguin touches, then sit-ups. We're gonna be doing those for 35 seconds of work with a 15-second rest in between. Repeating it 3 times. So let me start our timer and we can get started. We start in about 10 seconds. First with our plank, so turning it around. In 3, 2, 1, let's go. Lifting it up, touching the shoulder, touching the opposite shoulder, spreading our legs far apart, making it easier for us to be as stable as possible. The closer our legs are together, the more difficult it's gonna be. I want you to pretend that there's a glass of water on your back and you don't want to spill a drop of it. Keeping that back nice and straight and sturdy the entire time. We got about 15 more seconds here. Keep at it, keep working. Touching the opposite shoulder here each time. Making sure that glass of water on our back is not spilling. And in 3, 2, and 1, dropping it down, relaxing. Turning it around and getting ready for our penguin touches. Catching your breath. We're getting started in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Going from side to side here. Trying to get as low as possible. Raising those shoulders off the ground as much as you can. And that head going down to our feet from side to side, contracting the obliques here and that upper core. We got about 10 more seconds. Keep at it, keep working. And in 3, 2, and 1. Dropping it down, relax. That was a tough 35 seconds. We're gonna stand it up, stretch it out if you need to. We're getting ready for our sit-ups. We're starting in about 5 more seconds. And in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Dropping it down as slowly as we can. Lifting it up just as slow, touching that toe. Going down as slowly as you come up. Fighting against gravity here, fighting against momentum, just using the core to lift our body up and to lift it down. We got 10 more seconds here. Keep at it. And in 3, 2, and 1. Relax. That was our first set. Go ahead, grab a drink of water. We're getting ready for our second set here. Just fixing the clock for just a second. We're getting started again in 10 seconds. Turning it around, getting in our planks, and we're starting in 3, 2, 1. Second round, here we go. Going into our plank touches here. This might be our last round just because we're running a little short on time, and I want to get a nice long cool down to really cool down those muscles that we have been working all workout long. We got 15 more seconds here. Keep going, keep pushing. We can do this together. My core is screaming at me, but we're gonna keep going, not dropping a single drop of water from that glass on our back, making sure everything's nice and stable. And in 3, 2, and 1, dropping it down. I think that's the last time we're doing those planks, so congratulations, never doing those again. And we're getting ready for our penguin touches in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Lifting everything nice and high. Shoulders are down, away from our ears, but up off the mat as we are going from side to side here. We got 20 more seconds. We're trying to contract each oblique each time, going as low as we can. We got 10 more seconds. Keep pushing, keep going. And in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, dropping it down and relax. Letting those legs hang out for just a second, catching our breath and getting ready for our sit-ups. We got in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Lifting it up as slowly as we can and touching that toe. Going down just as slow and controlled. Wanting to make sure we're using just our core muscles to lift us up and down. Making sure we're breathing in and out the entire time. People have a tendency of holding their breaths during core exercises, so I really want you to make sure you're breathing as we use our abdominals here. And in 3, 2, and 1. Unfortunately, we're not going to do that third round because we're going a little short on time. So I want you to go grab some water. I'm going to grab my last sip, and then we're going to head into our cool down. Okay, everyone, time for our cool down. So I want you to go to your mats and hinge at the hips here and walk it out into a downward dog. Really stretching out our backs here, walking it out, working on those calves as well, pushing our palms down into the floor. Give a nice stretch of our back and our chest here as we're stretching out our calves as we walk it out. Breathing it in and out. Next, I want you to bring your knee up into your chest into a runner's lunge here. Either keeping it nice and low or up, but focusing on bringing this hip down into the floor. Breathing it in and out. One more time, in and out. Dropping that opposite knee to the floor, transitioning your weight onto it, and going into a hamstring stretch. Leading the stretch with your chest and not your head, bringing it deeper as you breathe out. So breathing in and breathing out, deepening the stretch. One more time, breathing in and out, deepening the stretch. Coming back onto that foot, onto that runner's lunge, and bringing it back into the downward dog. Stretching out that back one last time. And doing the same thing on the opposite leg now, bringing it in to a runner's lunge. Either staying it low or raising it up, focusing on bringing that hip down into the floor. Dropping that knee, transitioning your weight onto the other side, and going into a hamstring stretch here. Leading with the chest and not the head. Breathing in and deepening the stretch as you breathe out. One more time, breathing in and deepening the stretch as we breathe out. Coming back onto that foot, lifting it up into that runner's lunge. Back into our downward dog. Really walking it out one last time here. Breathing it in and out. One more time, breathing it in and out. Transitioning into an upward dog here, stretching out our core, our midsection after that last round. Making sure we're pushing down against the floor and keeping our shoulders away from our ears. Trying to get as much off the ground as we can, really stretching out that middle area. Breathing it in and out. One more time, breathing it in and out. Curling the feet back under and going into our child's pose. Pushing our palms down into the floor, giving a nice stretch of our back and our upper body. Widening your stance if you want to deepen your stretch. Making sure we're breathing in and out. One more time, breathing it in and out. Coming up off the ground now. Wanting to go into a sumo squat position here. Feet facing outwards, wider than shoulders distance apart. Breathing it in and out. One more time, breathing it in and out. Congratulations, everyone. That's it for this workout. Everyone rocked it. I hope to see you guys around next week. If you have any feedback for me, please fill out the form down below, telling me what you like, what you don't like. I'll be happy to change up our workout, and I hope to see you next week. Bye.